So for this video, I want to do a quick evade functionality. So first I'm going to go into animations and I want to look for the evade. Okay, the evade backflip. So that's what it's going to look like. He's going to go backwards. So I'm going to go into the animator and I'm going to drop it in here, rename it evade backflip, and we'll do a trigger evade backflip, and it's going to go from blend tree to the main blend tree to evade backflip, and it's going to go back. It's going to be triggered by the evade backflip, and when it's done playing, which is 1 second long, it's going to bounce back. Okay, so another thing that I need to do is with the player, first I need to move the tusk over here, and I'm going to move the player to 0 for 1 second. And under the player, I'm going to create an empty. And I'm going to call it evade backflip location, and I'll just drag it back here somewhere. Just going to eyeball it, make it a good distance from where he is. Okay, I'm going to hop into. Well, first I need to create an input. So I'm using the new input system. So I'm going to open up the input actions editor, and I'm going to add an input. This one's going to be called evade. Now let's call it evade. We'll call it evade backflip. It's going to be a button, and the binding is going to be keyboard shift keyboard. I'll see left shift. So make sure you save, and I'm going to go into my player script, and I'm going to look for a button that I've already created and just copy and paste. So on evade backflip, first I'll just go ahead and create the variables that I need. So the first one I'm going to need is a bool evade backflip input. By default it's false. Bool can evade backflip equals true by default. Public game object evade backflip location. So I'm just going to go down here. So if this is triggered, then evade backflip input is true, and if it's not triggered, then it's going to be false, so I'll compile that. Okay, so before I finish scripting it, I want to go back into the editor, select the character, and go into the player input, press events, and under MC Basic, there's all these other buttons that I've already set up. Now I just need to set up event evade backflip, so I'm going to press the plus button, and I'm going to drag and drop the main character into this slot, and under the MC Basic script, I'm looking for evade backflip. So now that's set up, I can go back into the script, and I'm going to go into the update function, and I'm just going to basically, I'll do it right under the attack input, because I can just, it's going to be very similar. So if evade backflip input equals true, then I also need to check if can evade backflip equals true, then immediately that very same variable can evade backflip is going to be set to false. I'm going to do start coroutine. It's going to be called can evade backflip, and this is because the animation's 1 second long, so I need it 1 second before I can trigger it again. So I want to create an I enumerator. Can evade backflip. Yield return new. Wait 4 seconds. And after 1 second, I'm going to say can evade backflip is equal to true. While this is happening, animator dot set trigger evade backflip. Evade backflip, and I'm going to do if enemies on scene, and I'll do this regardless. So transform, look at, I need to move them back. No, this is not the right one. It's this one here. So actually I'm going to cancel these out for a second. So I'm going to the evade backflip location. So this moves me backwards to the evade backflip location. Okay, so this happens without condition. So he moves to the backflip location, but he also needs to, if and only if there is an enemy on scene, then if if there's enemies on scene, meaning enemies on scene is greater than 0, and the nearest enemy is not null, meaning that there is a nearest enemy, then he's going to look towards the nearest enemy while he backflips. But if there is none, if there is no enemy on scene, he's just going to backflip from whatever direction he's facing. So I'm going to compile that. For the movement backwards, I need to put this outside of this function, because this function is just like whenever the player presses the button, it's only for like one pulse. So I needed to go back. So I need another variable called bool called can that evade backflip backwards, and that is going to be set to false. So when the button is pressed, can evade backflip backwards is set to true, and this only happens if can evade backflip backwards equals true. So as long as this is true, he moves back with this function, but it gets set to false after 1 second. Oops. So I'm going to compile that. Okay, so back in the editor, with the character selected, I have to make sure I drag and drop the evade backflip location into this field, and I'm going to hit play. So if I move around, if I hit the shift key, so if I'm like facing the other way, he'll evade while he'll rotate towards the player and evade backwards. So this is really handy when the bad guy is about to punch, and I can avoid his attacks. The bad thing is you get stuck in walls, but I'm not going to solve that today. Yeah, that's about it for this video. Hope you enjoyed that, and hopefully I'll see you in future videos. Okay, thanks.